All right, everyone, we'll get started. And if people come in a little bit late, they'll join us for meditation. Okay, so come on and find your seat. Let your spine get really nice and tall. And before we start today, oh, that was a big sigh. Before we start today, I want us to all just remember how much we have to give each other, our families, our communities. I think a lot of what is kind of happening with this is that people are feeling a sense of lack, and people are feeling like there's not enough. I won't go into that too deeply. It's just been on my mind, and it's something that I wanted to emphasize and to share. And let me close this so it's less distracting. All right. So from that space of being whole and being complete and having more than enough to share with everyone, right? From being actually perfect on the inside. Let your spine get really tall. For a moment, just use your belly muscles for a moment to kind of lift the spine even taller. Take a deep breath into the upper chest. Pause. Hold the breath like you're puffing your chest out. Exhale, let it all go. And as you let it go, relax the belly muscles, but keep your shoulders right over your hips. And just begin to notice your breath slowly in and out of your body. And as you inhale, the breath will expand just a little bit at first into the low back, into the kidneys, into the sides of the waist. And as you exhale, relax the breath all the way out. Let the breath completely leave the body. And again, as you inhale, welcome the breath. Let it move a little bit deeper. Let it broaden inside of you. And as you exhale, relax. Let all the breath out. Let every last bit of breath go. Keep noticing this pattern and notice if you can breathe a little bit wider today each time. So instead of breathing up and down the body, think about breathing sideways. And if it helps, you can even put your hands around your waist, just above your waist, your ribs, and breathe into your hands. And just notice your hands moving out to the sides as you inhale and softening back in as you exhale. This is a very relaxing breath for the nervous system. It's very helpful when you're stressed or just tired, right? So widen the breath, expand it, feel it move into your hands. As you exhale, soften, release. Notice the rib cage soften back in. And again, nice deep breath. Widen the breath into the ribs, expand it. Soften as you exhale. Relax. Back in. Take one more breath cycle like this. Widen the breath deeply, fully. Exhale, soften it all, and release. From here, place your left hand over your heart, your right hand over your navel. Connect to the inside of you and just take 3 gentle breaths. And your mantra here, your phrase for today is I am, you could say I am whole, I am perfect. Whichever one of those appeal the most to you. And just feel that inside of you as you inhale. I am complete.
Somehow.
I am whole, I am perfect. As you exhale, release anything standing in the way. And again, deep breath. I am complete. I am whole. I am perfect. Exhale, release everything else. One more deep breath. I am complete. I am whole. I am perfect. And exhale. Softly lower your eyes. Keep them relaxed. Once you finish hearing the sound of the bell, we'll come on up to hands and knees.
There. That's what
Before we start, I think someone has their mic on, and yesterday it was hard for others to hear. So if you accidentally haven't shut yourself to mute, Jenny, looks like it's you. I'm going to mute you. Okay. I'll make sure there's no one else. Looks like everyone else is on mute. Awesome. All right. Come on to hands and knees pose, please. So we're going to explore some side body motions today, opening the sides of the body. And we're also going to do a little more circular movements today, a little more of a, maybe like a feminine type flow, right? Whatever, feminine, masculine, a little less of a classic flow, a little more feminine. So from hands and knees, just push back into child's pose for just a few breaths. Relax your forehead down. Breathe into the sides of the waist. Breathe into the ribs. Breathe all the way up the spine. Relax the breath on the exhale. Feel the tailbone soften. Feel it get a little heavy in the pelvis. And another deep, full, welcoming breath. And exhale. And then slowly, gracefully come back to a hands and knees pose. And this is where we're going to circle today. So you can open your knees wide. You can turn your hands in slightly. That might help with shoulders, if shoulders are a little tight. And circle. But try and circle slowly for at least the first 3, right? I want you to really feel like if you're moving your body around a large hula hoop. So instead of the hula hoop moving around you, you're moving around that hula hoop or moving around a large barrel of some sort. Relax the head and neck. Lead from the legs, the pelvis, the belly, right? Lead from your center. Take one more circle in this direction, nice and slow. And then without really making too much of a fuss, just switch directions. So opposite way now. Circle the opposite way all the way around. Relax the head and neck. And feel how your joints move in the sockets, right? Your thigh bones, the femurs, are going to move around in the pelvis. Your upper arm bone, and the humerus, is going to move around in the shoulder socket. And if you let your head and neck go, there's a little movement in the head and neck, right? Take one more cycle of breath here. Exhale and come back to child's pose. Just a breath. Stretch it out. Stretch. Grow longer in child's pose. And then inhale. Come on up to hands and knees pose. Keep your knees together. So I'm going to mirror image you. Keep your right foot, right knee, right shin down, right arm down. Stretch your left leg straight. And then turn your left foot to face the computer and the camera. Reach your left arm up to the sky. Push down with your right arm. Reach up with your left and slowly circle through the shoulder joint. Reach up and over. Really slow though. Move the arm, right? This upper arm bone, the humerus bone. Up and over. Slowly, slowly. If big circles are challenging for you, make them smaller. You could circle right along the shoulder, right? If that big circle doesn't feel good on your shoulders. Take one more breath, and this time find that magical spot where you get a really nice stretch. And reach and stretch. Deep breath. Push with your bottom arm. Reach with your top arm. If you feel like playing with balance, you could lift your back leg up, but really I want you to stretch. So if you lift it, push through that back heel. I prefer it down for this first one. Deep breath. And then release. Take your left hand down. Keep your left leg out to the side and swing it out. So it's even with the shoulder, even with your hip. Walk your arms forward. Puppy dog pose variation and just stretch. Pull the hips back. Relax the head left and right a few times. Take a deep breath and then walk your hands back in and we'll switch sides. Okay, so I'll turn around so you're not looking at my tushy. With your left foot down now, I'm mirror imaging, your left arm down and your right leg straight. Reach your right arm up to the sky. And take a deep breath, inhale. Exhale, slowly reach up and over, slowly. So imagine you're moving through honey or you're moving through water. It's not air, right? If it's air, I'm just going to go quick. So slow and controlled. Find those spots that are tight. Maybe spend a little extra moment there, breathing, stretching. One more slow and controlled circle, deep breath. And then find that magic spot, right? Where you get your deep stretch, reach and breathe. The more I reach through my right fingertips, the more I push down with the outer edge of my right foot. I get a stretch all along the side of the body, which is great for energy. It opens up our meridians, and it's very relaxing on the body when we breathe in there. The nervous system has a tendency to just relax. If you played with balance, lift, but really press, right? Don't just lift and contract. Take a deep breath, and then take your right hand down. Same thing, you're going to take your right foot, right leg, and swing it out to the side so it's even with your hip. Stretch your arms forward and just take a little stretch here. Deep breath, stretch. Pull your hips back, reach your chest forward, one more breath. And then walk your hands back in, bring your right knee in and come back to circling. Okay, so 2 to 3 circles. This time you can go a little faster, but the goal is not to be fast, right? The goal is to move how your body wants to move. So just go faster if your body's really asking you to. Switch the opposite direction, deep circles. And see if you can get more opening in the low back and the pelvis. And then once again, come back to child's pose. So we're doing a lot in child's pose today, right? Reach the arms forward, stretch, pull the hips back, pull the pelvis back. You should relax your forehead. I'm keeping my head lifted so you can hear me. Take one more breath. And exhale. Okay. Come back to hands and knees pose. If you have a blanket, you could remove it. If your knees are really tender and they need it, keep it there. Okay. We're going to come down onto the belly. So take a deep breath. And you're just going to lower down nice and slow. Okay. It's not a push-up. Nothing that hard. Reach your right leg up to the sky. Point through the toe. Stretch it longer. You'll feel the muscles on the back engage, your bum and your hamstring, and lower it down. And then your left leg, almost like you're swimming, right, in slow motion. Reach your left leg up, point through the big toe, reach through the big toe. So you activate the inner thigh, make it longer, exhale and lower it down. And then walk your elbows and forearms forward, just so you get a little stretch through the upper thoracic, your upper chest. Now, if this is too much for you, you could walk your elbows and forearms forward even more. Okay, so the further forward I go, the gentler it is on my back. I don't want you to go any more forward than elbows under the shoulders. Okay, so don't go back because that does funny things to the shoulder. Okay, it pushes it forward out of alignment and it will not be happy with you or me. Take a deep breath, inhale. And on the exhale, we're going to do lion's breath. So it looks like this. You're going to stick your tongue out as you exhale and you're going to make a sound. I'm going to face you. Now I'm going to face forward. We'll do it together twice. So inhale, press through the feet. Use your belly muscles. Lift the sternum, right? Remember that feeling of a turtle peeking its head out of the shell? The turtle's head is right here, peeking out. Take a deep breath. And then lion's breath. Really open the jawline. Have fun. Be silly. No one can see you, I promise. Take a deep breath. And stick your tongue out. Good. And release. Make a little pillow for your head with your hands. Prop your forehead on your hands and just wiggle waggle your feet back and forth, or bend your knees and windshield wiper your ankles and your feet back and forth. Breathe. Deep breath. Exhale completely. One more deep breath. And exhale. Okay, release your legs. Use your belly muscles. Use your hands and knees. Slowly press back up into a hands and knees pose. And now we'll do cat and cow, 3 rounds. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. And push the spine up. Lift the belly up. Inhale, open. Exhale, and round. One more. Inhale, open. Exhale, and round. Okay. Bring your heels together so that they're touching. Stretch yourself back. You guessed it, child's pose. Reach the arms forward. Reach your hips back. If you can go down lower, go all the way down. Relax the forehead, if you can, down on your mat or on a block or a blanket. Take a deep breath. Exhale completely. Inhale. Come on up to a hands and knees pose. One more time. We're going to lower down onto the belly. If this is really hard for you, you can come down onto your forearms, right? And come all the way into Sphinx pose right away. If you can practice lowering down, we're going to do the chest chin version. So I lift my belly muscle. Here, I'll tuck my shirt in so you can see what I'm doing better. I lift my belly muscle in my hips and I try and bring my chest and my chin, but my belly's lifted. Okay? And then I slide forward, almost like a caterpillar. Okay? So you're either going to be in a low cobra, or if you came forward earlier, you're going to stay in Sphinx pose, right? Any variation, arms forward or elbows under the shoulders. If you're in Sphinx pose, you're going to breathe here. Push your forearms down if you're in Sphinx and breathe. Just think about, I shouldn't say think, feel. Feel the chest move forward, But use your legs. Make your legs heavy like an elephant so you don't collapse in the low back. If you're in cobra, same action in the legs. Legs are heavy like an elephant, but I'm using my hands and I'm trying to drag my hands back and I'm trying to reach my chest forward at the same time. So take a gentle breath, really low. Exhale and release. And from here, take your hands behind you. Interlace your fingers. So you notice we're doing a lot with the back of the body today. And pull your chest up. Okay, you might keep your forehead on the ground. You might lift your arms up. You might be able to lift the head. Even if you can lift the head and look forward, don't do that yet because most likely it'll strain the front of the jaw, chin, throat area. So keep your gaze down on your mat, but use your back muscles. Press down with the tops of the feet. Feet are down. Take a deep breath and release. Okay, right arm out to the side. We did this last week like an airplane wing. Your left elbow bends, it comes near my shoulder. And then I roll over onto my right shoulder and my right hip. And I relax my head down. Okay, so I'll face you if you weren't here last week and you're not sure what I'm talking about, but I'll stay on the same side. I won't mirror image. So right arm out to the side, left elbow bends, and then I roll over onto my right hip, my right shoulder. And you can use your left arm just for balance, right? I'm trying to keep my hips facing the same direction as my chest. If this is super easy, you can lift your left knee. You can point the toe, make it really pretty, right? If you want, and bring the toe down behind you. If that doesn't feel good on your back, I would relax the leg back, okay? Take a deep breath. Exhale completely. And then slowly come back onto your belly. I'll just stay facing forward. Bring your left arm out to the side like an airplane wing. Slide your right hand up to your right shoulder and roll onto your left shoulder, left hip. Relax your head down. You know, it might notice one side's really tight compared to the other. That's okay. Breathe. You keep your shoulders and hips pointing towards the same direction. And if you did that variation, point your toe, lift your right knee, and bring the toe down behind your left knee. But if that's too much on your back, please let it go and go back to straight legs. Take one more breath and come back. Okay, I'm going to come back on my mat. You guys stay on your belly. I'm just going to slide back to where I would have been. Inhale, tuck your toes under, use your knees, press yourself back into a hands and knees pose. And you guessed it, child's pose. Okay, soften and relax the hips back. Deep breath, inhale. Exhale, stretch through the arms, stretch through the pelvis. One more breath and release. Okay, if your knees are tender like mine, bring your blanket back to pad yourself. From a hands and knees pose, step your right foot forward. Keep your left knee down and wiggle your right foot. You know what, let me close this. Hold on just a moment. I think that hopefully you can see me better. Yeah, there we go. Keep your right knee over your right ankle. Your left knee's down on the ground. And for now, take your fingertips on either side of that right foot. If you feel like you want to go deeper, this is pretty easy for you. Your hips are pretty open. Then you're going to wiggle your right foot to the right a little bit and take your fingertips to the inside. If this is still pretty simple, right, and you feel like, okay, I know I can go deeper, well, then you can use something. Like I have a little stool here. You could use a block or a stool. You could put your hands down on something, forearms down. Really deep would be forearms down on the floor. I'm not even going to demo that because right now, that's not going to be the best thing for my body. But if that's the best thing for your body, you'll know, right? Forearms are going to go all the way down. If you feel something in your back, that's your body saying, don't do it, right? Take it a little gentler. Wherever you are, breathe deep. One more breath. Okay, walk yourself back up if you brought your arms down at all. Here's where a block or something can come in handy. So here's where the circular movements are going to start. Take your right hand to the outside of the right hip. You don't need a block, but it's helpful to have something. Okay, you could use a book, you could use a stool. You could also take your hand to the ground if your hips go down pretty far. Now this comes from one of my teachers, Shiva, years ago. She taught this beautiful sequence. Bring your left arm up, reach your left arm all the way up and over to the right, and then you're going to bend your left elbow and circle around through the body. Okay? So I'm going to turn to face you. I'm going to mirror image. Don't switch sides. I'm just mirror imaging so it looks like I'm on my right side. Okay, so your right foot's forward, your left knee is down, your right hand is to the outside of your right hip. You're reaching your left arm all the way up, and then you're circling around, okay? Almost like a wave. One more time. Reach your left arm all the way up and circle around and around and around, and release. Okay, now switch. Now your left hand comes underneath your left knee, okay? So it's to the inside. Reach your right arm up. You might be able to go a little lower here. And same thing, reach it all the way up and over, and then circle around. Okay. Inhale, reach. Exhale, up and over, and circle. Notice how it's opening up the whole side of the body. One more breath. Inhale, reach. All the way up and over, and circle. All right, last thing. Now you're going to take your left hand behind you, right on your low back. Excuse me, your right hand behind you on your low back. Reach your left arm forward, and you're going to circle all the way up and over like you're doing the backstroke. Okay, inhale, reach forward. Exhale, all the way up and over. And one more. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, all the way up and over. All right, from here, you have lots of options. If you're feeling tired, come back right into a child's pose and stretch it out. If you want to move through that modified vinyasa we kind of been practicing, right? Then you're going to either lower down, chin, chest, chin, slide forward, option sphinx pose, lift the chest, or option low cobra, lift the chest, exhale, lower down, and then you're going to come back into down dog if you really feel like it. But I'm in a demo child's pose. Take 3 more breaths wherever you are. We'll all meet back in child's pose. Stretch your pelvis back, reach your sternum, reach your fingertips forward. 1 more breath, and then come back up. Okay, second side. So I'm going to use the blanket again to pad the knees. And now you're going to take your left foot forward. Okay, so I'm on the same side as you. I'll mirror image when I turn to face you. And your hands, option 1, are going to go around either side of that left foot. Okay. Second option, remember if you're like, this is pretty simple, I want to feel a little bit more in a little more opening in the hips there, and the psoas, and the hip flexors, and the upper thigh, even hands to the inside. Okay, notice your left knee is stacked over your left ankle. Your right knee as far back as it can go. Option, if you want to go even deeper, okay, you can take something, a block, a stool, a couple pillows, and you can bring your forearms down. Relax your head. Wherever you are, take 2 more deep breaths. Breathe all the way into that low back, right? Feed your body with breath. Exhale completely. And slowly come on back up. All right. So left hand to the outside of the left foot. Use a block. Right arm lifts up to the sky. Inhale, reach up and over, and then round, like you're circling through the spine, and release. It's like a wave. Okay. So here's where I'll face you again. Again, you stay on the same side. I'm just switching sides so that it looks like I'm on my left side. Okay. Your right arm reaches up and over like a wave, and it circles and it rounds. You're going to touch your thigh with your fingertips. That's normal. Inhale, reach, stretch. Exhale, circle and round. One more. Inhale, reach, stretch. Exhale, circle and round. Switch. Take your right hand to the inside. You might go a little lower. Inhale, reach, stretch all the way up and over, circle and round to the inside. Inhale, reach your left arm out, reach it all the way up and over and circle to the inside. And one more. Inhale, reach, stretch all the way up and over and circle. All right, now your left hand goes to your low back, your right arm reaches forward, and you're gonna reach all the way up and over it like you're doing the backstroke. You gotta use your legs, right? Otherwise balance gets wobbly. So you do have to press down with that front heel isometrically. So that means like pretend you're trying to move your back knee forward, but you're not actually gonna move it. Inhale, reach your right arm all the way up and over and around. And one more time, inhale, reach, up, exhale, and around. All right, either back to child's pose. I'm going to turn back to my mat. Or back to our modified flow. Inhale, in that case, you come forward. You can lower down. Use your belly muscles, use your arms. Sphinx pose or cobra. Take a deep breath. And then press back either into downward facing dog or child's pose. I recommend child's pose unless you got lots of energy today and want to go into down dog, do so. Deep breath in. Exhale all the breath out. And again, deep, full breath in. Reach the low back, the sacrum, the pelvis, the tailbone away from you. Reach your fingertips forward. Get a stretch here. Exhale completely. Okay, we're going to come up to standing. Tuck your toes under. Come into down dog if you haven't been there yet. Stretch out the back of your legs. Use your belly muscles. Take your feet as wide as your mat if you need to. Wider, okay? Bend your knees if you need to. Lift the heels if you need to. Push with your arms though. Do not bend your elbows. Push, push, push. And then slowly walk your arms back. Pause. So we're going to do like a lazy walking back, right? Relax the head and then slowly walk the arms back. Pause. Bend your knees. Relax the head. And then slowly walk the arms back. Pause. Now I'm going to forward fold. You can take your feet a little closer together if you want. Keep your knees bent. Grab a hold of your ankles if your hands get there easily. So I'm going to turn to face you. Okay? Either hands to ankles or hands to the outer shins. Okay? And from your forward fold, I'm going to demo hands to the outer shins. Most of us can do this. Inhale, stretch the body forward. Use your belly muscles, not your neck. Exhale, bend your elbows out to the sides like a hinge and fold. Okay? 3 times. Hands to outer shins. Press the outer shins in, but don't move your knees. Resist. Inhale, stretch, stretch, stretch the body forward. You'll notice your inner thighs engage, your outer shins engage, outer hips, glutes. Exhale and fold. One more time. If you want to make your legs a little bit straighter or almost all the way straight, last time. Inhale, stretch, lengthen. Exhale and fold. All right, let's roll up to standing. So rebend the knees if you straighten the legs. Slowly roll all the way up to standing. Inhale, open the arms. Interlace the fingers. I'm going to interlace them. Turn the palms up to the sky. Exhale, relax the arms down by the body. Okay, I'm going to turn the camera up a little bit since I'm going to do some standing poses. And that way you can see my arms a little easier. Okie dokie. Cool. Take your right hand to your hip. Reach your left arm, same thing we did earlier. Reach it up and over, bend the elbow, and sweep in front of you like a wave. Inhale, reach. All the way up and over. Exhale and release. One more time. Inhale, reach. All the way up and over. Exhale and release. Switch sides. Your left hand to your hip. Your right arm, reach. All the way up and over. Stretch. And like a wave, release. Have fun. Inhale, lift up. Right? Those of you that maybe surf or play in the ocean or have friends that do, imagine that power of the wave, right? It lifts, it kind of pauses, and then it crashes with tremendous power. All right, I'm going to face the same direction as you guys. So left hand goes to the low back, into that triangular bone, the sacrum. Excuse me, I said low back. That's not what I meant. I meant below the low back, into the sacrum. Reach your right arm forward. Come all the way up and over like a backstroke. Inhale, reach the right arm up. Exhale, all the way up and over. Slow, slow and controlled. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, all the way up and over. And then I switch. The right hand now comes to the sacrum. My left arm reaches up and all the way up and over. Inhale, reach. Exhale, all the way up and over. And one more. Inhale, reach. Exhale, all the way up and over. Okay. Relax your left ear to your left shoulder. Reach your right arm out to the side, but not up to the shoulder, about halfway up. And then drop the left chin down just a little bit, so you're kind of stretching into the back of the neck. Then relax your right arm down, relax your chin down. Soften your knees, but use your belly muscles, roll the head back up.
Take your right ear to your right shoulder. Reach your left arm out to the side, but again, not all the way up at shoulder height, about halfway. Relax the right ear to the right shoulder completely. Then drop the right chin down towards that right shoulder. So you stretch the back of the neck. Take a deep breath. Lower your left arm down and roll your chin into your chest. Soften your knees. Use your belly muscles. Slowly roll the head back up. And then just roll the shoulders back a few times and roll the shoulders forward a few times. Okay, our peak pose today is going to be a warrior two with some variations. But first, a little balance work. Stand on your left leg and reach your right knee up. Take it out to the side. Notice the knee is bent today. You're going to lean forward as the knee goes back behind you, and you're going to circle around to the front. Okay. So I am bending my opposite leg a little bit. Reach your right knee up. Circle it out to the side. Lean forward. Take the knee behind you, circling through the hips, and bring it again. Okay. Switch. Reach your right knee up. Switch directions. Bring the right knee back, bring it all the way up and around and forward. Bring the right knee back, all the way up, around, and forward. Okay, shake it out, shake it out. Second side. Stand on your right leg, bring your left knee up, circle it around, back, behind you, and to the front. Reset, right? Right leg is strong, left knee lifts, circle it out, all the way around to the front and reset. Switch directions. Bring your left knee back. You're going to lean forward just a little bit maybe, and then left knee out to the side. As the left knee comes to the front, you'll stand upright. Try it again. Left knee back. Circle it out to the side. This stuff is not easy, but balance is so important for overall health. And it's good for your mind too. It's good for your brain. All right. You can almost call it yoga for the brain. Alrighty, good. We still have a few minutes, so with time, we're doing great. Feet wide, like a straddle. This time, you're going to turn everything to your right. Whoosh. The whole body turns to the right. Okay? Warrior one on the right side. Bend your right knee. Don't bring the knee in front of the ankle. Bring it over the ankle or slightly behind it. Reach your arms up, stretch. Take a deep breath, and then you see this in yoga classes a lot. Lift your back heel so you're in a lunge. Now open the back leg and you're in warrior two. Okay, if you've never done that before, from warrior one, you lift your back heel, and then you pivot open, and now you're in warrior two. Warrior two, take a look at your feet. Your front foot, if it's pointing at a clock, is at noon. Your back toes are slightly in. I recommend that rather than parallel. And ideally, your front heel, it intersects with your back arch. So it's like a T, right? Front heel to back arch, if you were to draw a line. Open your arms wide and take your gaze forward and reach with your back arm a little bit more than the front. And here we go. We're going to circle with the arms like we did. Bring your right hand on your hip. Reach your left arm up. Reach it over and through the center. Okay, my upper chest doesn't move, just the arm. Inhale, reach your right arm up. Reach it over and around. One more time, reach it up, reach it over and around, and release. Bring your right forearm on the thigh, so your hands point towards the computer and camera. Reach your left arm up, reach it over, and reach it around. You can make a full wide circle, or you can make a smaller circle up here. Okay? 2 more times. Inhale, reach it up. Let your body tell you what it wants. You want to feel a stretch. You never want to feel pain. You certainly don't want to feel tension in the low back. Use your belly muscles. Reach it up, reach it over and around. Okay, last thing on this side. Here's where a little bit of that Qi Gong practice comes in. Imagine you've got a ball of energy. Okay, really feel that ball. You're going to press your left arm forward, and you're going to reach your right arm slightly up and over. And then inhale, come back to center. You'll feel your belly muscles engage as you practice feeling that ball. And you're going to switch. Press your right arm forward and your left arm up and over. Okay, one more time. Inhale. Exhale. Press. Imagine you're stretching that ball in 2 directions. Inhale. Exhale and press. Come back to center. Stretch your right leg straight. Turn your right foot in. Everything switches to the left. Bend your left knee. Reach your arms up, warrior one. Take a deep breath. Lift your back heel. Open into warrior two. Okay, take a moment. Your front toes are pointing towards 12. Clock is turned. Your back toes are in. Heel to arch. Open your arms. Reach back with this back arm a little bit more than the front. And then hand to hip. Inhale. Reach your left arm up and circle it around. Inhale, out, up. Exhale, circle and around. One more time. Inhale, out, up. Exhale, circle and around. And then your left forearm comes on your thigh. Your right arm reaches up. Circle all the way through the shoulder. As big or as small as you want those circles, let the body move. Let it stretch. Keep your legs strong. Keep your belly muscles strong. You're working your legs a lot today. Inhale. Up and over. Come back to warrior two. Find that magical ball of energy. Press your right arm forward. Reach your left arm up and over. Inhale, come back to center, switch. Press your left arm and reach your right arm up and over. Inhale to center, find that ball. Exhale, reach. Inhale to center, find that ball. Exhale, reach. One more, inhale to center. Exhale, reach. And last one, inhale to center. Exhale, reach. Come back to just legs are engaged, and then slowly stretch the left leg straight. Turn your feet to parallel. Heel toe your feet back in. 3 clearings, palms face to the sky. Knees are bent. These are our Qi Gong clearings. Open the arms slowly, wide, and around. Imagine you're pressing away anything that doesn't belong in your life right now, right? Any doubt, any worry, anything else. And 2 more slow cycles. Inhale, open the arms. Exhale, slowly, slowly. Press them down. Release any doubt, any worry, anything that brings us down. One more slow cycle. Inhale. Exhale and slowly release. And we're going to end with a standing meditation today. If you want to lay down or come into a seated, that's fine. Either way, I want you to feel the breath move through your body. Okay, if you're standing, you're going to stand as if you're in Shavasana, right? Palms are open, knees are soft. Don't lock your knees. So it's almost like you're just getting ready to take a gentle step, right? Belly muscles, they're not hard, but they are working just a little bit so you feel the pelvis lift. And then you can just gently sway to your left and sway to your right. Notice how the weight changes and your hips move. And continue to slow down that sway until you come right into center. And place your hand over your heart and one hand over your belly. Remember that mantra. I am complete. I am whole. I am perfect. Feel these words inside of you. If anything in your mind is trying to talk you out of it, just turn down that dial of the mind, right? Imagine the mind is a station you don't want to listen to anymore on the radio. You're just turning the volume down, down, down. And once again, just repeat, I am complete. You can say it to yourself. You don't have to say it out loud. Exhale completely. I am whole. As you inhale, feel that feeling. I am whole. There's nothing missing. I am whole. I am complete. Exhale completely. And our last one, I am perfect. Breathe that feeling in. And breathe everything else out. Softly relax your arms. Open your eyes. Namaste. Thanks everyone for coming and playing.